2, 1, 2, 1, 2. TOM, teachers of Ahati. Who am I today? The scribe, been forever, but the name changes with the times. I come from a place where space is home. I go into realms where your face is gone. A change gon' come. As a teen, hypnotized deep in a sleep, party and slumber. 11 life path number, a life of death that's rebirth. Recall realities to reemerge. Soul purge, I'll lend you frequency like loan words. Before I teach, I'll spit a poem first. Step on stage, set the stage, car walking, set ablaze, divine fire. The body is divine attire, sewn from words. Sound frequency, awakening dreams. Don't pinch me every day I wake up, it's a home birth. Start from zero to become the heroes. Cycles of time causes expansion of mind. Potential is exponential. Gain XP, what your power made of. I've had to face self, face to fate, a double fate. What will I make of the present? I'm just trying to pet heaven. Twice great, 2 arms up, it's none to wave. It's nothing to wave. God separate the waters from the waters. Genesis 1 and 6. See, that source is thousands of years prior to a Bible even existing. It's called the pet word for heaven. Watchers of noon, primordial, pre-ordered, bringing order in order. Its law the scales will represent. A double gift, re-present, Ray is present. Ra, amen to the God inside. The crown will glow as consciousness grows. So what assignment are you on? I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. Serpent mind winding in alignment. Straight from Orion, the origins. Dig into the root, Kim originals, the oracle speaking. Your aura is gleaming. The sons of God, Amen Ra. Who can't afford a reason to fall below your own means, meaning reaching beyond the firmament ceiling. I see linguistics tricking us deep into sleeping. The way we live inception, I must be dreaming. Doubles, double L, square roots, mirrors, reverse the image. My grip was slipping. Almost forgot the point of the mission. Statements point out all the contradictions. Blatant truth lives where my eye is foundation. Yeah, co-founded a nation. Dictionary study spells can be scary. Etymology, this here is completion. Cycle circles, dualism, wisdom. I peddle flowers. 2 eyes are watching to see through the double realm I'm healing. Never out of what's within him. Infinite reasons, just like my brother Arcad. Always remain calm against demons. Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here. They crossed us into thinking that death isn't living. The lies are falling through my palms, arm wide, holes in my hand. The Pope's in command, I demand the throne back. Ancient teachings, I'm a throwback. Picture that, see this moment here is cold that. So black, I see through lies. Why they hold that, ocean motions. I'm flowing through noon in the boats of consciousness. My tongue is rolling, planting seeds, sowing, knee of speaking, untangled quantum DNA, spitting frequencies. I hear Christians scream hallelujah, and this ain't that the name of God is God. I must bring the order back, the scales are tipping. In the court of Allah, moonshine, Tehuti is Yah. This here is Ptah, bulldozing, the one chosen. Focus, when the light hits you, just open like lotus. Melt your mind when in mind time is frozen. Blow minds, my mind is golden. Coat me in gold, I've got a gold coat round me like I'm Tutankhamun. Like his, when you spell my name, put 3 lines in. Scribe, presenting the law's findings. Who's he? I'm me, an echo of Tehuti. Yes, I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. We do our best to do our best. on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. I am learning to compartmentalize what I find with my mentals. I could have been labeled mental voices in my head. If I speak to the wrong one, I'll be diagnosed schizophrenic. Creating pollution you can't escape from with Captain Planet. Where's Captain Planet? And it's exactly how they planned it. It's insanity, stayed in a state of sanity. But I'm the scribe, keep a record on the record, I break records. This, that, medu, nature, echo, living, lively, times 3, trinity. We are not the same, not even similar. Plant the seed, a man receive excellence, adoration, testaments, evaluation, literally. The love is real, yet they be hating. Salutations, I wait to master patience. Acting lackadaisy on your facts, I'm backed by conscious beings. I am free king, lock the wings in. The diction is firm, call me men. A man, 3 in 1, erection, protection, firm. Spitting life into who I speak to like sperm. Creation is a who I earned. The right to fully see it through. The heart as I rise through. Manu, Akut, lost it when I had to find you. I'm through, times 2, dualism, we will align soon. As I meditate in my room, it becomes a space of pure truth aligned with my eyes. Verbiage is time for more than the 2 eyes. I can see the veil underneath that other veil. Focus when I am locked in. I don't need a cell. Tell me you don't see the trap. Tower power over enemies, frozen over hell, reversing spells. Fell from the skies, the body is disguised. If you needed a sign, well this is it. I hope you read between the lines, left, right. After the first step, I write what's left in me. This is destiny, keep on moving, especially if you find blockage. No amount of pushback will stop this. This will get capped in stone, they cannot top this. Pyro, fire, Ba is my attire. Inspire the ones chosen, the ones open, the ones spoken. From times when life was once spoken. Enchantments, Nesu, double tongue in motion. Give, receive, keep moving and move for keeps. Keep it real, keep the master key. I had to master me. Mirror glass shattered in my dreams. I didn't like the image till I realized I am the image of the image. I'm here for keeps, keep your distance. Social gimmicks, our stories told within the hieroglyphics. Mystics, just keep on living, we're gifted. Our stories told within the hieroglyphics. A language living, just keep on living. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. Yeah, motivate a nation. Stepping out the spaceship, causing a spaceship. Faced with revealing the spells within this matrix from the Masons. But I'm the architect, best respect I can architect. Rule your rulership, I hold the heck. Control my thoughts, still move when the game is paused. We speak heck up, this is the best of Medu Necha, bars like Wi-Fi, we're connected. Always on time, frequency and flow through frequency. I know the power I hold in my throat. Creation, destruction, with every single thing I've spoke. Enter, netter, Kurt, show your worth. Heal from all the hurt. Not a singer, best believe I hold a note. Read between the lines, you're not really lost in that. I hope you find exactly what you are looking for. This is more than words. Taught myself to heal myself. I come from the dirt. No time for slacking or bad habits. Sad tactics of bringing mad, tragic mental processes that lack passion. Spit fire, black dragon. School of hard knocks, send you backpacking. My eyes, when this appears, it's like magic. The fact is, when it's wartime, we go savage. Shield of armor 720, prevent backstabbing all the fiends of good-hearted beings. They don't suit the role, they lack the fashion. So just keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving.
Atef, peace and love, everybody.
Peace and
Yo,
love.
Scribe, that new video is fire, man. That is fire. Peace and love. How's my sound?
Sounds good, brother.
Sound good, brother. Tua.
Two out, brother. Welcome to Teachings of my Art Study Guide Sunday. Today's topic is Black Girl Magic by the mighty Atef Rem Qem Maat. Before I introduce everybody on the panel, we will begin as we always do with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Unki and Ma'at, Un and S, Nintet or Set and Ma'at, Men Hepapet and Ma'at, Her and Hugh Kiwi, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful class. Let me introduce the panel. I'm going to begin with the mighty general. He's not here tonight, but Henu to you, Ahati Ma'at. Ahati Ma'at was taught under the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. He has been a serious student and teacher of Kemetic culture and history for several years. He has written multiple books, including a textbook called Journey of Your Soul series, essays, and articles. Furthermore, he hosts in-person and online classes, weekly podcasts, and periodically creates documentaries. He also has experience in public speaking and academic debating, and he is responsible for the creation of the weekly study guide, Teachings of Ma'at. Next, we have the mighty scribe Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti. Scribe is a writer, poet, spoken word artist, audio producer, engineer, healer, spiritual advisor, consultant, and business creator. He is a master student of the Natiru, a true follower and protector of Ma'at, a scribe of Tehuti and Ma'at. He studies under the master teacher, Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. But a scribe, quality always outweighs quantity. He enjoys observing reality and incorporating these observations into his writings and creations to assist in awakening the dormant DNA and reversing of negative hypnosis. Next, we have the mighty Menkhu Ra. Menkhu specializes in training educated youth workers, counselors, and educators about art, culture, and history. He travels the world to experience how people live, and he shares it with everyone who is interested in learning from the research he has witnessed. Menkhu has a master's degree in entertainment and media business and has been working in the music industry and with nonprofit agencies providing program planning and promoting concerts and community events in the Madison area for over 30 years. During that time, he has facilitated the following innovative after-school programs for the Madison School Community Recreation, including Hip Hop 101, Music Production 101, and MP4 music programs for youth. I am the mighty Atef Rem Qem Maat. I am the Chetu of the organization Teachings of Ma'at. I am a student of the master teacher, the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra, and a host of this weekly study guide, Teachings of Ma'at. I'm a true-hearted follower of truth based on ancestral artifacts, a lover of my people and dedicated to learning the metal netta, and a loyal defender of Ma'at. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to a beautiful, beautiful show. Subscribe. That intro, that new video is absolutely fire, my brother.
Tua, great brother. Took me a minute to get it completed, but we finally finished it. So Tua for that. The teachings of Ma'at, we deserve that movie style presentation, high quality visuals. So we make sure that we bring that quality to you all because that's what we represent, Ma'at, where luxury even comes from. So Tua to you, great brother, for that. Peace and love, everyone. Hotep, welcome again. As a great brother, Atef beautifully introduces us and to the teachings of Ma'at. I want to send a shout out to the great brother Ahati Ma'at. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to everyone in the chat. Robert Reyes, we see you. Malkia Wamungu, we see you. Peace and love, everyone. Katasi. Let's see. Henu to the brothers on the panel. Peace and love to the chat. And the great sister Shannon, perfect timing. Henu, great family. Henu. Okay, so before we get started with the great brothers at Atef, beautiful presentation that he's going to bring forth for us. Well, let me pass it to you, Menkhu, if you have any words before I run down everything, if you want to speak to the people.
Peace and love to the brothers on the chat. I want to say peace and love to the General Ahati. Hope you are well. Peace to the chat. Looking forward to Atef's presentation, and I'm just enjoying how Maat is and Saba and you brothers are helping me in my development, and my hearing is improving, my eyesight, all of my senses, me being able to translate and feel energy is changing. I'm the architect. I can architect. On my head is a manette. On my head is a manette. You know. So I will pass it. What you say, Atef?
I said that's absolutely motivational.
No doubt.
Yes, beautiful words, great brother. I always keep that energy high. Love you, great brothers. So before we get started, I always like to show the support that we received throughout the week from people who watch the lives after or who just feel inclined to support. So if you want to know how to do that, we have a Cash App and PayPal. You can scan this code here, or the links are also in the bio, and the link is also pinned to the top of the chat. So that's where all of our links are. teachingsofmaat.org on all platforms, and we now have earned monetization here on YouTube as well. So if you look at your chat, you'll see a little money sign that says show your support for Teachings of Maat, and you can send a super sticker, or you can also send a super chat. So now you have more opportunity and more convenient ways for those who may not have Cash App or PayPal to send in support. Send in a super sticker or send in a super chat for us. And we appreciate all those who support the Teachings of Maat. So let me show that. Let me show the great brother E-Man Rodriguez, Nukpu, who sends 333 for Henu Netirus. All right, and he sent in 2. So let me show the second one. He also sends in another 333. He says Henu Netirus, Makaru, 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 Maat. To our great brother, for your consistent support that you give. You are wonderful. You're very consistent, and I love your avatar thumbnail here of Asar and Neptet and Aset and the 4 sons of Heru sitting on the lotus. Wonderful energy, great brother. Tua for you and for the support that you send in. All right, next we have. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Let me share screen. Another great consistent brother, Eric G. That's it, $7. To our great brother, you're also very consistent, and that's one thing we love to see at Teachings of Maat is consistency. So Tua for that, and it goes a long way. It shows a lot, and I respect that. So Tua, great brother, for your consistency, and I hope to hear that with the offer that the great Saba Tehuti brought forth with creating a group to have a workout session, and he named you in that as well. So I hope to hear that you all gathered that together and made that happen. That'll be awesome to hear. So to you, great brother, for your support. Okay, so that's the support that we have received in. Again, Cash App, Teachings of Maat, PayPal, Teachings of Maat. You can also send a super sticker or a super chat. So as the great brother is presenting, if anything that you feel he teaches you something that you didn't know before, or you just appreciate what we're doing and what we're bringing forth, just show your support. We're having an in-person meetup October 28th, and we're organizing that, booking venues, and we have a lot in store for everyone. So we need everyone's support. We need everyone's support to bring forth a high quality, great celebration of Ma'at. So, be sure to send in your support. We also have our Discord meeting this month, 7/27, on the 27th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you are in our Discord. That link is also in the bio, but I will also post it in the chat right now, so you all have easy access to that for those who are not a part of that. So we have a beautiful meeting every single month where we come in and we just talk. We talk and we build. Anybody who has questions comes in and asks us questions, and we'll have a lot of details for our in-person meetup on October 28th. So if you want to know more details about that, be sure to join us in Discord, because we'll definitely be breaking it down there more in detail. So be sure to be there this month, which is July 27th, 2023, 4 p.m. Pacific time. We are also streaming simultaneously live on Rumble. So peace and love and shout out to all of our Rumble viewers who are currently watching us live right now. Peace and love to you all as well. So we're also building that platform up as well. So we have a backup, and it's always good to make sure that we have a backup, especially on YouTube, because you never know with the level and potent information that we bring through. They have the ability to pull the plug if they like to. So we always want to make sure we have a backup. So Rumble is a much more secure platform that isn't as restrictive. So be sure to go over there, create an account, follow us there. And I'm sure you'll also find some great jewels of some wonderful content creators over there on Rumble as well. So make sure you join us on Rumble. We also have a Spotify playlist. That link is in the bio. So for all of our Spotify users, you can also listen to these teachings void of all the intros. It's just the direct cut to the teachings, and that's it on our Spotify playlist. So you can also listen to us there as well. Melanated Mondays, the great Saba Tehuti hosts a Melanated class on Mondays, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, every single Monday. Fire class. We've seen a small snippet in the intro video. He goes so deep into the language and teaches us, brings us into the minds of the ones who brought forth the Melanated. So it's wonderful. It's a beautiful class. And it's not just, here's this glyph, here's the arm glyph is A, here's the foot is B. Yeah, that was like the first two classes. Ever since then, it's been just a consistent, just life-altering understanding of living out the Melanated. So it's beautiful. So be sure to join there. If you have a business as well, you want to promote your business, we'll create a section for our show here, and we'll promote your business. So just reach out to us, teachingsofmaat.org. And that's also, we have a creativity section. So for all of our artists, I want to be able to see some artists on here, some artists who draw, and those who do digital art. I know there's a lot of artists who watch us, and I definitely want to have you all come forward and say, hey, I got some art I want to show the people. I got this painting of Maat. I got this painting of Tehuti. Whatever it is, I want our artists to step up and bring yourself forward and showcase your art and show how creative Maat is. So just reach out to us, and we would love to showcase your skills and your talent. We have merch as well. Beautiful merchandise. You can also get it customized on your back. You can get glyphs if you want. You can get your name. You can get whatever you like. You can get a specific sentence, whatever you like, on your customized Tehuti's Teachings of Maat t-shirt, long sleeve, or hoodie.
And so the more support we see with that, we'll bring out more designs, and we'll bring more opportunity for some more creative merch as well. So be sure to support that. Make sure you go to our website, teachingsofmaat.org. Peace and love to all the live viewers here, and for all the viewers who are watching after. Make sure that you have our website bookmarked. So this is our website, teachingsofmaat.org. The link is in the description, and this is where you'll find everything. You'll find everything here on the website. Here's our chat box, so you can ask questions if you would like to ask a question concerning the Tehuti podcast or teachings of Ma'at. Here's the affirmation you can download. Links to our YouTube, the Tehuti podcast, and Study Guide Sunday. Our instructions of Amen and Mope audio recording. It's a wonderful tone to listen to. Here's links to our Discord community, how to become a member, what we're looking for, and those who want to join the teachings of Ma'at, digital designers, social media content creators, organizers, editors, managers, writers, whatever it is that you have that you're skillful in or that you even want to learn. Come forward and represent Tehuti's teachings of Ma'at. And here is our mailing list. We send out a newsletter every single week, packed full of beautiful information. So you just put in your email address here, hit sign up, and you'll get 5%, or excuse me, you'll get 10% off your first purchase of the shop section. So if you go right here to the shop downloads, this is where you will find all of the merchandise that I just spoke about. So, you know, it's beautiful, and it's the quality is the highest that you can get. So all sizes. So be sure to support. There's many ways to support us. Our Saba Tehuti has 2 ebooks, Stepping Out of the Matrix. This is what started the Teachings of Ma'at organization. Our first video is breaking this down. Our first 13 videos are reading this book and breaking it down within our own, adding our own flavor to it. So this is a very powerful and potent book, and was the initiation of what you see here today. And also Melanin Dark Consciousness, the ebook. You can also purchase this. As soon as you buy these, they get sent directly to your email address with no delay. So as soon as you purchase them, you'll have access to them immediately. And here's the affirmation and the makaru. Since the great brother Ahati Ma'at is not here, we'll read this. We'll read this because of him. Okay, so we'll read the blue and then the red, going back and forth through each line. All right, so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. E neb ma'at per em ma'ati. Hail Ma'at is everything. We come forth from her. Henu Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. Hail Saba Tehuti. Henu Kemet. Hail Kemet. Makaru, Makaru, Makaru. Victory, victory, victory. That is our victory voice. Peace and love to the great brother Ahati Ma'at. All right, so I'll stop sharing here. So just make sure you go here and how to donate. Here's our Rumble. So I definitely want everyone here, if you're here on YouTube, to also go to Rumble as well. So we're also simultaneously streaming live here on Rumble. So it's an absolutely beautiful platform, and you can also support us there through sending in super chats on Rumble as well. So I'll stop sharing, and peace and love, everyone. Hotep Ma'at. Let's get into a wonderful, wonderful presentation by the great brother. Peace and love, Angela Gates. Hotep Ma'at to you, great sister. Always great to see you. Big Vapes, our first talent show winner. Great brother came through with some tones and had the crowd repeating what he was saying. So shout out to you, great brother. And we have the beautiful Nefer Keperet. Peace, everyone. Hope everyone is feeling great. All right, good brother Atef Rem Qem Maat. I'll pass it to you and let you take us on this ride.
Peace and love, everybody in the chat. I Y'all ready for a roller coaster ride? So, let me just let everybody know I'm traveling, so I'm not in my normal place, and I had to bring forth and represent because it's about the consistency. And you guys know I have the best teacher on the internet, the best teacher on the planet. Hail Saba Tehuti, I'm a Hotep Ra, and I'm standing next to mighty, mighty, mighty brothers. So this is what allows me to bring forth because it's very challenging for me. Just to be real with everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is not it's not easy for me to tell this story, but it's necessary. So I will give a disclaimer before you guys watch this. I have a lot of video, so get your popcorn and get your blindfolds because this isn't easy on the eye, but it's very, very, very necessary. So the name of my presentation is called Black Girl Magik, and yeah, just get ready, buckle up. So I am traveling, like I said, so I'm not in my normal spot. So if you hear any background noise or whatever, so just be patient with me, and we're gonna get through this presentation. It's not as long as it normally would be, but I definitely had to represent and stand up and represent for my aunt because I am a loyal defender of my aunt. So I hope you guys understand the message that I'm about to bring forth, and two out of everybody in the chat and all the constant supporters. So yeah, we're gonna begin right now. Let's see, Scribe. We go to present.
Everyone hit that like button. Hit the like button. Share the video.
Subscribe, and comment. Sharing audio tab. Present. Entire screen. System audio. All right, let's go. Buckle your seatbelt. Get your popcorn and peanuts. Am I sharing my screen sharing?
Yes, it's loading. Sharing.
All right. So the name of my presentation is called Black Girl Magik. So we're going to begin with a
Everybody agreed that women were already supposed to have all of their rights and didn't have to consult with anybody about anything that pertains solely to them because they're the only life bearers on the planet.
Scribe. Is my sound good? It's like an echo. Did you hear that?
There was a slight echo. I'm not sure what it was from. If you have a tab up or not.
I don't. Let me see. Let me look at that one more time. Let me see.
supposed to have all of their rights and didn't have to consult with anybody about anything that pertains solely to them because they're the only life bearers on the planet.
Only life bearers on the planet. So let's see what society actually thinks about women. Black Girl Magic. So before we begin, I want to just tell you guys about this beautiful affirmation and what it actually means to me. Menkhu Qem Maat. I live for Maat. N-S, Nintek or Set in Maat. Men have pet in Maat, her in UQE per EQ. I live for Maat. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Maat. Every day I advance towards Maat. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. I love Ma'at. I actually live for Ma'at, and this is the energy that I'm trying to embody on a daily basis. This is why it says, every day I advance towards Ma'at. This is very, very powerful. My headphones are static, and I don't know what's going on, but we're going to continue to get through this. We're going to move right along. This is another beautiful artifact of the beautiful sister Ma'at, and this is in the tomb of Nefertari. As you can see, this is a beautiful, beautiful artifact, ancestral artifacts over religious opinion. This picture is painted. If you go to the tomb, you can go Google this, the tomb of Nefertari. And you actually can go into this tomb and look at it 3D. I just took a snapshot of it just to show, but you can go into it and you can look around, and it looks like it was painted yesterday. This is how beautiful our culture is. And all of my presentations are about culture. Oh, it's so much static. I don't know what's going on with the mic. So much static in the background, but we're gonna keep getting. We're gonna get through this for the matrix attacks. So the definition of Ma'at is an inspection, and I don't know what's going on. SCRIIIBE, is that? I don't know what is going on with my.
Yeah, we do hear a little bit of static right? Coming from you. But
all right, okay, all right,
we can make out what you're saying.
Matrix, man, y'all see how the Matrix, the Matrix. Hey, listen, this is a beautiful thing, though. My eye is a beautiful thing. So we're gonna keep on pushing, and I don't know why I can't see. What is anyway? My eye means inspection. This is from the Wallace Budd Dictionary, and as you can see, it means inspection. Was supposed to be a beautiful picture there. Means inspection. Why is it smoke?
Well, actually,
what
I don't
is
have a
going
problem
on?
relating to women. It's just that
it's like the Matrix.
They want to play with my feelings.
What? SCRIIIBE, you playing something?
No, I'm not.
What's going on with my system? What? Y'all hear something? Treat them like they want to be treated. You should treat them right. What is going on? What is that? It sounds like Father MC. Anybody familiar with Father MC? I might be telling how old I am. You should treat them right. I'm trying to show a picture of my eye. I'm trying to show, and it's why is it two pictures? It's supposed to be one picture. There we go. There we go. There go the beautiful picture of my eye. Another beautiful picture of my eye. As you can see how much I love my eye. It's my frequency. My eye, I live for truth. There we go. That's the picture I was trying to show, SCRIIIBE. I don't know what's going on with my Anyway, so let's look at the definition of Ma'at. Another definition of Ma'at is truth, integrity, uprightness, justice, the right, validity, genuineness, and law. I don't know if you guys can hear the background. My family is going. They are absolutely enjoying each other in the background. It's a beautiful thing. Family is a beautiful thing, and I'm with my beautiful family, visiting family out of town. So anyway, the next definition of Ma'at is a goddess, the personification of law and order, rule, truth, right, righteousness, canon, justice, straightness, integrity, uprightness, and of the highest conception of physical and moral law known to the Kemetic. So these are actual definitions from our beautiful language, which is called the melanated.
Death culture, death culture, death culture.
Yo, it's like my computer's possessed. I don't know what is going on. It's static and everything. Hold on, hold on, Scribe? I'm gonna stop screen sharing for 1 second and try to switch out these headphones or something. Can I switch out my headphones?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Give me. Be patient with me. Let me. I'm still screen sharing, right?
No.
I'm not. Okay. Let me try to switch these headphones out. I can't even mute it. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right.
Honey, I like that image. I like you did that image, the thumbnail.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh, can you introduce me to that sister? I mean, we in the black, Black Girl Magik.
I wish I could. Yes. I look forward to seeing where the great brother is going to take us.
Yes.
With this, he usually brings forth the information that's not openly talked about, which is good, because we need to.
Otep, can y'all hear me? How's it? Is it static? Now the matrix is real. Y'all think the matrix isn't real? Still hear a little bit of static, but I guess that's better, right? Is that better?
Yeah, it may be coming from your mic, brother.
From my mic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get through this, man. We're gonna get through.
Do you have a mic attached to your laptop?
Yeah, it's attached to my sound card. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's just
Is that better?
We can try it.
What about now? I don't hear no static. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. There is some static.
It is
but
right now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get through this, man. I'm traveling, guys. I appreciate your patience. We're gonna move through this anyway because it's my turn.
Go to your settings and go back to audio, and then where it says mic, see if you have another mic there that you can use.
Settings.
Settings, audio, and then mic. See if you have one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Is it static or is it good?
It's not static, but
it's not that loud.
Yeah, but it's better than static though. So
what about now? I don't know what mic is what. What about this?
Yeah, that sounds good. We can hear you.
Okay, all right, we're gonna go. Y'all, hey, listen, I'm gonna go if y'all gonna go. If y'all can hear me, then we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go because this is information. This is important. So let's do it. We good, Scribe?
Yes, we are good.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Boom, screen share. Entire stream. I'm not scared, guys. We're gonna keep it pushing. Let's go. Am I sharing? No, not. Boom. Boom. There go the boom like my teacher. Boom. All right.
And then just right there at the bottom where it says the StreamYard is sharing your screen. Yeah, there you go. Hi.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Let's go.
What is the sound? I don't hear no sound though. What is all of that? What is going on? I don't know. I'm trying to. All right. Anyway, this is the matrix is real. So what is this? It's fault, sin, wrong, crime, iniquity. What is it? I can't even see. What is that?
Death culture, death culture, death culture.
What is going on with my mic and things?
Death culture, death culture, death culture.
Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Yo, the matrix is real, guys. Anyway, it's set.
ISFET is called, this is the definition of ISFET, and it's fault, sin, crime, wrong, iniquity, sinner, expectu is evil men, criminals, fiends, or sinners. Okay, but the matrix is real because I don't know what that other, I don't know what was going on. I was just trying to show the definition of ISFET, but I have all this going on. I don't know. All right, so back to my presentation. So has anyone ever heard of a color confrontation? Menkhu, you ever heard of that? Color confrontation?
Color confrontation? No.
Yeah, you never heard of color confrontation?
No.
Anybody in the chat? I can't see the chat. I like to engage the chat, but I can't see. But we're going to go color confrontation. So color confrontation. Let's see the definition of color is. Let's look at the definition. So let's inspect it. So color is from the Etymology Online Dictionary from the early 13th century. Skin color, complexion from Anglo-Saxon French, color from Old French color, complexion or appearance. Go down to the Proto-Indo-European, kel, to cover, to conceal or save. Confrontation, action of bringing two parties face to face for examination and discovery. I don't know if I'm talking into the mic. I'm leaning into the mic, but I don't know if you guys can hear me. It's even necessary for me to lean into this mic. I don't know what mic you're using. But the action of bringing two parties face to face for examination and discovery of the truth. From medieval Latin, confrontation, con, front. Okay, all right. So has anyone heard of the beautiful sister, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing? She wrote a book called The ISIS Papers. Baba spoke about that book a few times. But Frances Cress Welsing is an American psychiatrist and well-known proponent of the Black supremacist melanin theory. Her 1970 essay, The Cress Theory of Color Confrontation and Racism, offered her interpretation of what she described as the origins of white supremacy. She was the author of the ISIS Papers, according to Wikipedia. See, there go the matrix, you see? I'm trying to, there we go.
Well, the Cress theory was an attempt back in the late 1960s to explain, I thought, as it is, the Cress theory of color confrontation and racism, white supremacy. An attempt to, as a psychiatrist, as a Black psychiatrist, to understand, well, what exactly is this thing that we call racism, white supremacy? Looking at why do white people behave in the way that they do? You see, and concluding that it has to do, number one, with their minority status on the planet, their genetic recessive status, in that they could experience genetic annihilation, in that the overwhelming majority of people on the planet are Black, brown, red, and yellow, and whites constitute fewer than 1/10 of the people on the planet.
One of the things that we find that is happening now is there's this constant countdown you see on the news all the time. So when America's a majority minority nation, so there's still this countdown happening in terms of when white folks will be in the minority.
They will be a majority minority, which is nonsensical. There will be a white minority. If the non-white, if the Black, brown, red, and yellow people are here, they will be the majority and whites will be the minority. You see, and it's a illogical statement to talk about a majority minority. I mean, which is like white supremacy. I still have to put myself on top. I have to pose that I am genetically superior to compensate. I say it's a compensation for a genetic recessive status. Well, I think I was the first person to talk about white genetic annihilation in those terms, and that racism is ultimately a total system for white genetic survival and to prevent white genetic annihilation on a planet that has the genetics and the demographics that exist on third planet from the sun, which is planet Earth. So I was the first to put it in those terms, and my thesis has not been refuted. I would say that if my definition is understood, that racism, white supremacy is the fear on the part of people who classify themselves as white about white genetic annihilation and the concern for white genetic survival. This would therefore mean
death culture,
to be on Black males. because Black people have the greatest genetic potential to produce the black pigment melanin. Which
Death culture, death culture, death culture.
of genetically determined.
Feeling my computer bugging out, right?
Can cause white genetic annihilation, and it's only males who can impose sexual intercourse. And so the focus consciously, subconsciously has to zero in on the males. This is why I say that.
Sorry, my computer bugging out. Anyway, this is the beautiful sister. So she said I have to focus on the male. So this is her book, The ISIS Papers. You can go purchase it from Amazon for about $20. And it's called The Keys to Color. It's actually an excellent book. If you get the opportunity, you should definitely go check it out. Has anyone heard of an organization called MAP? Menkhu or SCRIIIBE? Have you, either one of you brothers, ever heard of an organization or MAP? Have you ever heard of MAP?
MAP? M-A-P?
MAP. Yeah, MAP.
No.
M-A-P. Anyone? What about anybody in the chat? I can't see to engage the chat. But has anybody in the chat heard of MAP? What about you, SCRIIIBE? You heard of MAP?
An organization? No, I haven't heard of that.
Okay, cool. Anybody in the chat? Any of the beautiful sisters, the wonderful brothers, heard of MAP? Anyway, MAP is the Murder Accountability Project. The Murder Accountability Project. It's an abbreviation. It was formed in May 31st, 2015. It is a non-profit organization. The purpose is to improve the accounting of unsolved homicides and to assist law enforcement in clearing the nation's cold case backing and educate the public about the growing problem of unsolved murder. It's headquartered in Alexandria, Virginia. The chairman is Thomas K. Hargrove. The vice chair is William Hagmaller. Treasurer is Holly Lang. Secretary is Enzo Yasik. Board of directors are Michael Ann Pickfield, Elizabeth Greco, Bruce E. Harry, David Ito, and Isaac Wolf. Key people, Thomas R. Burke, J.B. Murder accountability. Let's see if we can get to this. Will it click it? Nope, it won't. But we'll go right here to MAP. And MAP is, so this is an article from Friday, March 24th. Is this the home page? Can y'all see? You guys can see my home page. So it says MAP. MAP is the Murder Accountability Project, and it tracks America's unsolved homicide. And this article from March 24th, America's murder surge continues. Updated crime data shows the historic surge in U.S. homicide, which began immediately after the murder of George Floyd in 2020, continued into 2021. According to crime data provided by the FBI and augmented by a nonprofit murder accountability project, MAP, the Uniform Crime Report, UCR, the official accounting of crime in America, shows more than a 28% increase in homicides from 2019 to 2020. A 28% increase, the largest one-year surge in the history of the federal reporting program. That surge seemed to dissipate in 2021, according to the data the FBI received. So it seemed to dissipate. It's a seemed to dissipate. You see? Seemed to dissipate in 2021, according to the FBI, according to the data FBI received, but this was due to declining participation by local police following mandatory adoption of the National Incident-Based Reporting System, NIDRS, which seeks to improve the amount of reported detail of criminal activity. So only about 57% of the nation's murders were reported to the Bureau in 2021. MAP issued dozens of Freedom of Information Act and Open Records Act. Can y'all hear my background or is my background good? It is extra loud back here, but I'm gonna keep going. MAP issued dozens of Freedom of Information Act and Open Records Act requests to non-reporting state and local police agencies for missing 2021 data. MAP added more than 6,000 homicides to the UCR summary reporting system, visible at the clearance rate tab and more than 5,300 case files to the supplemental homicide report, visible at the Search Cases tab. MAP's Board of Directors has updated the data acquisition policies for the organization. Crime data can only be accepted from the FBI, state law enforcement organizations, or local police. The data MAP makes available for public use at the Data and Doc tab will clearly indicate whether data was obtained from the federal government or by MAP from a state and local police not fully participating in the federal reporting. We urge all law enforcement agencies to adopt the superior NIDRS standards for crime reporting. This is an investment in robust accounting in crime that will help policymakers and local leaders to make wise decisions to assist law enforcement, said MAP Chairman Thomas Hargrove. We also urge state and local leaders to support our efforts to obtain crime data under the old reporting standards until all law enforcement becomes NIDRS compliant. So let's go to let's go to how to use. Let's go to that tab. How to use. This website gives police and the public easy to use access to two databases maintained by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The Uniform Crime Report from 1965 to the present, and more useful for investigators. The Supplementary Homicide Rate from 1976 to the present. The Murder Accountability Project, using the Freedom of Information Act, has obtained data on more than 39,000 homicides that were not reported to the Justice Department. 39,000 homicides were not reported to the Justice Department. This means the information at murderdata.org is the most complete data on the U.S. homicides available anywhere. So this is the most complete data. Homicide investigators may find this site as useful as a quick and easy means to review historical cases within their own department, or to easily identify cases in other jurisdictions that may be of interest. It is possible to search for cases sorted by geography, type of victim, method of killing, and time frame of killing. The site is especially useful in cases in which an offender is suspected of killing more than one victim. Possible additional victims may be identified by checking all available reports made to the FBI or obtained independently by the Murder Accountability Project. So, seems like they're not reporting some of these murders. 39,000. That's a very, very, very high number. So look at the clearance rate. Only 66% of the murders were solved. Okay. All right. Let me go back from 1965 to 2021. And this is all state categories. What's this? All states, all agencies, all counties. The percentage solved was 66,000. So according to murder data, we're gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go past it. I'm gonna keep it going. So you guys gotta understand what I'm trying to show, right? Is that there's a lot of crimes that they're not reporting, and if MAP would not have stepped in with their data, there would not have been, some of these crimes would not have even been reported to the Justice Department. Well, let's see. Am I not going forward? Okay, go forward. The Matrix is something, bro. All right.
For the past 20 years.
But
It's a damn shame. We have Jonathan Strickland, father of two. The brother supports wildlife, has been a leader advocate. We have his attorney, DeWitt M. Lacey. This has been something our viewers have been angry about, just as well as me. Before we start with the attorney, Jonathan, I have to say, brother, I have to ask, what was going through your mind when bullets were simply flying inside of your vehicle?
Honestly, I thought I was going to die. I mean, your life flashes, before your eyes. You feel the pain, the heat of your skin, of your muscles.
Death culture.
Searing. And I just remember the pain and just thinking of my children. At the time, my youngest son was not born, and all I could think of was wanting to meet him, wanting to get back to my oldest son, Jedediah. And it's a miracle that I'm here, but all I could think of was just wanting to get back to my children.
Wow. That was a lot to, there's a lot to process. Go to the next slide. I don't know why it's not playing by itself. This is the video. Let's see if I can click this. Nope. This matrix is something, man.
Well,
Got
the
my
first
whole
theory
presentation.
was an attempt.
In the past 20 years, more than 50 women have been brutally murdered in Chicago. Their bodies left in alleys, vacant lots, and
Okay. There we go. That was a lot. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Young man said he just wanted to get back to his children. Las Cruces man accuses police of shooting at him 90 times. I saw the video. I don't know how much of an accusation it was. Let's see here. It says, Las Cruces, New Mexico. A Las Cruces man who is alleged Las Cruces police officers shot him 90 times while unarmed is suing the police department. Jonathan Strickland and his attorney, John Burris, announced the federal civil rights lawsuit at a press conference on Wednesday. Black and brown people should not have to live in fear, said DeWitt. Lacey, one of Jonathan Strickland's attorneys, the attorney said his client Strickland was in an extremely troubled marriage. Bruce said Strickland's wife had made false abuse complaints to the Las Cruces police that she later recanted. I never threatened any of the officers, and I was unarmed, never threatened any of them, and I never did any of those things that woman accused me of, said Jonathan Strickland. Police officers said they responded to a domestic situation on North Roadrunner Parkway. The wife told officers that she had been in an altercation with Strickland over a 2-day period. She said he became angry and at about 12 a.m. on March 5th became belligerent when she resisted. She left for work, and over a period of several hours amid texting, she met him in a parking lot, officials said. The argument escalated when Strickland got into his wife's car, grabbed her car keys and threw them out the window and exited the vehicle, police officials said. She quickly found the keys and attempted to drive away. Strickland reached into the car and knocked her glasses off her face, police said. She drove off, noticing that Strickland was following her. He rammed his truck into her car bumper, almost causing a collision. Fearing for her life, she called 911, and Strickland left the scene, police officials said. Investigators said that when she returned home, Strickland placed a gun to her head while she held their infant child. Strickland's wife told officials that her husband told her son that mommy's gonna die today. Police officials said he later attempted to force the barrel of the gun into her mouth. The wife told investigators that throughout the evening, Strickland made verbal threats to kill her, held her against her will, struck her multiple times, strangled her, and broke her cell phone. He told me all I had to do was not ignore him. I caused all of this on my own. I made him do this. This is all my fault, Strickland's wife said. On the day of the incident, Strickland drove to the police station to clear it up, the attorney said. While en route, his wife told police that her husband was armed and was headed their way. The attorney alleged Strickland was never armed. The attorney said officers immediately sprang to action and got into position. When Strickland arrived, he felt something was wrong and turned around, but police cars came from everywhere. Burris said that after a short chase, they performed a forced stop on Strickland's vehicle and immediately, without warning, unloaded their weapons, discharging over 90 rounds at the unarmed Strickland, who was seated in his car and posing no threat. There was not one officer who said to him through the bullhorn or any other kind of way, "Stop, come out with your hands up. Let's talk about this," said John Burris. Another one of Strickland's attorneys, it was so bad that one of the officers emptied his AK-47, AK-15, I'm pretty sure they meant AR-15, and reloaded it and continued to shoot. And there were no shots at all coming towards them. I saw them shoot with a rifle up in the video. One officer crashed his vehicle and crawled out, emptying 2 clips from his AR-15 assault rifle, the attorney said. Strickland, after being struck at least a dozen times, was not killed, but was struck at least a dozen times and suffered gunshot wounds to his pelvis, shoulder, neck, and back, Burris said. The attorney said that on March 24, 2021, Strickland's wife recanted all the charges she made to the police, saying in a sworn statement, "Jonathan did not abuse me. I did not tell the officers the truth. I want justice. I want my justice. I was unarmed, but because of Las Cruces Police Department, I now have to live my life in pain for the rest of my life," said Strickland. "My son's life will never be the same. My life will never be the same. My son has lost so much because of this unnecessary, senseless act," said Strickland's mom. "This is a classic example of shoot first and ask questions later," said Burris. Burris' partner, DeWitt Lacey, states Black and brown people should not have to live in terror, and calls the show of force a scandalously egregious and activistic display of unconstitutional police work. Along with Strickland's mother, other activists stood by his side. "My son was Jacob Blake, who was shot 7 times in the back while in Kenosha, Wisconsin." Menkhu, that's out your way, right? Said Jacob Blake, Jr., Sr. When that red, white, and blue is flashing behind you, the fear that comes over you, we can't express. We can't explain it to you because a Caucasian doesn't have to experience that fear. The Las Cruces city manager said this regarding the lawsuit. "I see every one of these things come through. Said the Las Cruces city manager. So the city manager supports it. K-Fox 14 reached out to Las Cruces police to comment on the situation, but we have not yet heard back from them. They said they support it. Louis Robles, an attorney representing the police department, did not speak to Fox about the case. Robles said that when Strickland's vehicle came to a stop while being pursued by police, he did not surrender. Instead, Robles said Strickland raised his hand in a manner consistent with someone holding a firearm, and the officers defended themselves and their fellow officers fired on them. Robles said because of Strickland's reported actions with his hands, officials had no choice and no time to give him verbal commands. In police body camera video showing Strickland in the hospital after the shooting, Strickland was heard saying, "I acted as if I had a gun, but I didn't, and then they just started lighting me up. And all I did was crouch down and get out like that was it." Strickland also said, I was holding like I did, but I had literally nothing in my hand. When I got out of the car, like my hands were open palm and everything. I was bleeding, but I had nothing in my hand. I kept telling officers. In regards to over 90 rounds being fired at Strickland, Robles said, although that many rounds were fired, those rounds were ineffective and only 5 rounds actually hit Mr. Strickland. Robles also responded to Lacey's comments, black and brown people should not have to live in terror. What a statement like that does is it attempts to hide from public view that this case is about. And what this case is about is the use of a gun by a domestic violence suspect to a woman who was essentially defensive and had a 1-year-old in her arms, and instead, characterized it much differently. She said she recanted in a sworn statement. Strickland's attorney said that they look to take this case to a jury trial, which could take up to 2 years. On Thursday, Fox 14 asked Strickland's attorney about his client, admitting that he pretended to have a gun just before he was shot. That is absurd to think that someone could point their fingers at a law enforcement officer, and that officer would then be justified in killing them 90 times over, because that is what each round meant. That is what each round was meant to do, was kill Mr. Strickland, said Lacey. Strickland is also suing his wife. At this moment, it is unclear if the wife is facing any charges. Strickland's wife will not face any repercussions from the Las Cruces Police Department and their legal team. Okay. All right. Wow. Wow is right.
Here's a miracle, as you here's a miracle, as you say, and you are still here. You're an active father. But
Yes.
I have to pose a question to you, and it's not going to be easy, brother. The way this happened was that your wife called the police and said you were going to harm officers, you would not surrender. Indisputable received another document where she said, I made all of that up, and I'm sorry, okay? Do you think her race has something to do with the way they responded to you?
I strongly do, Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Think about it. We've seen it before, and I hate to bring up history, but I think it's very relevant. But Emmett Till, he lost his life because a white woman lied. He doesn't get to come back. I shouldn't be here. It's a miracle I'm here. My ex lied, and I would like for people to realize, why would anybody in their right mind return to somebody who tried to have them assassinated? All I've ever wanted to do is be there for my children. I love my boys. That's my pride and joy, is my sons. I'm blessed that having one son was a dream come true, and having two is just absolute, it's like a dream come true every day. But to not even be able to see my children, it's been 2 years since this. Justice to me, truthfully, Dr. Rashad Ritchie, is just being able to see my children. Everything that happened to me was absolutely unacceptable. But in all of it, I just want to be able to get back to my children and teach them about animals and just loving nature. That's all I really want to do, Dr.
Shout out to you, brother. Just want to get back to his family. He knew to all the great fathers out there. He said he just wants to get back to his children and teach them about nature and animals. He knew to you, good brother. They proceed to open their doors to switch drivers. They have done nothing wrong. Nakia notices a female officer and explains that she is only switching seats with her father. Nakia is 5'2", 125 pounds. Officers give Nakia permission to switch seats and ask her to go inside the car. Nakia acknowledges with her hand and complies. A male officer says to go into the car. Nakia explains again that she is switching seats and there are children in the car. Officers arrest Nakia without probable cause. Some interaction from a different angle shows officers arresting and beating Nakia despite the fact that she is only switching seats and complying with their commands.
You know what? Detain her. Detain her. Put your hands on the back of your head.
We're about to switch drivers. Read me my rights.
King 6 starts with 30. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I am not arrested.
The little girls in the back, aged 3, 4, and 6, were watching their mothers get assaulted.
King 6 starts with 30.
Bless me.
Bless me. Bless me. They are approaching
me on
me.
the car with force. So those that are listening, I am not arrested. You have 2 different plates on your vehicle. 2 different plates, but you're pressing on me. You're not reading. You're not listening. You're not listening. Excuse me. What are you doing? Why are you pulling me away from the car?
Going.
Officers drag Nakia away from the car.
What are you doing? Bless me.
God bless me. Bless me, God.
Put your hands behind your back now. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach.
Officer mounts Nakia. Her face is shoved into the ground.
Get on your stomach now. You're gonna get tased.
Nakia loses consciousness. See the counter up here, counting how long she remains unconscious.
King 6, we still have a male in the front passenger seat. The X-ray is detained, but we still need cover. It's fine.
You have an X-ray detained and a male in the passenger seat.
King 6, stars 11, 41, 3. The X-ray, I believe she's unconscious.
Male officers continue to mount Nakia for almost a minute. Nakia is still unconscious.
She's out. I know. He needs to get to the unlock your car, I got her.
Nakia remains unconscious. Male officers drag Nakia into the police car. She is still unconscious. She was unconscious for over 5 minutes, sign of a grade 3 concussion. Then the officers went after JB and arrested him for no reason. Like
how many children are in the back of the
JB
car?
did nothing.
I know. How many children are in the back? Step back with me.
3.
3 kids? How old are they?
Girls.
Okay, how old are they?
1's 6, 1's 4, 1's 3.
Okay, sounds good. Aaron, is this your car right here? Okay, can I get the cage? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, is it open? Yeah. Okay, it's just three J's in there. All under 6, right, sir?
Yeah, all under, yeah.
Go and have a seat in the back of the car. Again, you are not under arrest. You're just being detained. Okay, so just have a seat.
Arrest: the taking or detaining in custody by authority of law, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary.
96, 97, and 1029. Last of Porter, Paul, Ocean, Robert, Tom, Edward, Yellow. Correction, Robert. First, phonetically, Nora, Adam, King, Ida, Adam. Middle of Victoria, 10-14-87. X-ray out of Orangevale. DL available.
So far, she's the owner of the vehicle, which is clear and correct. So far, she's the owner of the vehicle, which is clear
She's
and
the
correct.
owner of the vehicle, which is clear and correct. The family did not need to be terrorized to confirm it was their car. It's a beautiful sister, her father.
So we got into a scuffle with the X-ray. She's detained in the back. Okay. Her ID is right here. X-ray, and born in 87. She went unconscious during the fight. I think it was because she got struck in the face. She's complaining of facial pain, back pain, and stomach pain, all where she was struck. And then when we went to the ground, again, she did lose.
And 126, she's 26.
Again, she did lose.
And 126, she's 26.
Again, she just herself.
5 seconds.
She just wasn't responding for 5 seconds. Truth was, she was unconscious for over 5 minutes.
She went unresponsive. I had full mount on her. She was on her face. She went out. Yeah, no more than 20 seconds. No more than 20 seconds.
She was unconscious for no more than 20 seconds. The truth was, she was unconscious for over 5 minutes.
She had normal breathing the entire time. When I rolled her over, picked her up, she was able to move her. She was moving her legs as if she was like going in the car. When I rolled her over, picked her up, she was able
Lie
to
number
move
3, when I rolled her over,
she
was able to move her legs. She was unconscious and she was dragged into his car. That's the truth.
She came out, instantly popped out of the car as soon as McDowell turned her lights on. There's a front out-of-state plate and then the rear plate. They flipped around. And then she initiated the traffic stop.
The truth was, there was no traffic stop. The car was already stopped because Nakia and her father were switching drivers. They repeatedly explained this to officers before officers arrested Nakia. And
as soon as I put it out, she hopped out of the car, was non-compliant, refused to get back in the car,
The truth was, Nakia was compliant and getting back into the car. The officer did not give her a chance.
And then turned towards us. And then as soon as we told her to put her hands on the back of her head, she tried to go walk away, and then actually started fighting McDowell. And then that's when we went hands on. She tried to go walk away.
And then actually started walk away. And then that's when we went hands on. And then we went hands on. The truth was, officers went hands on and arrested Nakia while she was complying with their comments. The truth was, she was explaining that she was switching feet and complying with the order to get back.
Punched me in the face.
He punched him in the face. The truth was, Nakia punched no one in the face. The officer escalated the situation and assaulted her. They struck her in the back of the neck, jaw, head, and stomach. They pulled out her hair from her scalp, pulled her dreads out. They assaulted and terrorized an entire family while her children sat helpless in the back seat. YouTube just blocked I don't know if y'all can see my screen. I don't know. Do y'all see my screen? What is going on? Oh boy, what is going on? Can you see my screen? Let's see where it takes me. Boom, okay. All right. See, hey, you see the Matrix? You guys think the Matrix is fake, right? Okay, there we go. We're going to keep it pushing. Citing LAPD statistics, I had a blank screen there for just a moment. We want to go this back. Thanks for the applause, Scribe, but the Matrix helped me out. I had a blank screen there just to give people a moment to process for a brief moment of what they just witnessed. But anyway, citing the LAPD statistics, the report found that while Black women make up about 4.3% of the city's population, they often account for 25 to 33% of its victims of violence. Over the period from January 2011 to August 2022, 481 women were killed in LA. Nearly a third, or 158 of those victims were Black, and the deaths were concentrated in poor neighborhoods, according to the report. Many were killed in acts of intimate partner violence. The number of Latina women murdered jumped by more than 38% in that span. But Black women were statistically the most overrepresented when compared to their share of the population, the report said. Black women were the victims in about a third of the 62,264 aggravated assaults, with female victims reported to the LAPD during the period. They were nearly 2 times more likely to be seriously injured in an assault than women of other races. Basically, when things go wrong, women of color, particularly Black women, get the worst of it, said Capri Matter, executive director of the city's Civil Rights Department, whose full name is the Civil + Human Rights and Equity Department. This is just another example of how we are others. I mean, we deal with biases in the workplace, biases in medicine, and even biases in how to protect our personal safety. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, more than 40% of Black women have experienced intimate partner physical violence, intimate partner sexual violence, and or intimate partner stalking in their lifetime. And more than half of Black adult female homicides are related to intimate partner violence. At Coburn Place, 65% of our clients in 2020 identified as Black and female, and that is the true. I don't know what's going on with my computer, and that is true at many domestic violence service organizations nationwide. Black women and Black men experience intimate partner abuse at a disproportionately high rate. But why? First of all, a lack of opportunities along with financial barriers lead to domestic violence, says Coburn Place, Intake and Wellbeing Services Coordinator Jacqueline Willett, MSW. By intentionally denying Black people access to economic opportunities, the ability to build intergenerational wealth, healthcare, education, and a sense of safety from governmental systems, racist policies increase the prevalence of risk factors for domestic violence.
I said.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Yo, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me? In my screen? Can y'all see the screen? It blocked me. Can y'all see?
Yeah, it says stream unavailable.
Yeah, the Matrix, bro. Word. I don't know what's going on. Wow. Wow. Are we still live or we completely kicked off?
I can see
Let's try that. What can you see? You can still see?
I can see your presentation, but on my TV it says stream unavailable.
Oh, probably because we in the stream yard. Scribe, you here, architect? What's going on, bro?
Well,
Matrix kicked us off.
Yes, there was some type of copyright match. Your stream was interrupted. Streams are interrupted when copyrighted content is detected.
Okay.
After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, streams automatically re-enabled. So
okay, go to try to go live now and just show the
no, we're live.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah, we're live. I think that it'll cut back on.
All right, let's see.
Once, I don't know, maybe that video was
I'm just trying to show
got a copyright.
wow. Okay, I'm trying to show the
Yeah, so we're still live on Rumble. So
you want me
see,
to
that's the
keep
great.
going?
Yeah,
You want me to
you
keep
keep
going?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the great thing about Rumble. That's what I was just talking about earlier, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, we're
Alright.
still live on Rumble.
So we just gonna, I'm done. I'm about done. Let me go to my
risk.
Alright,
Danita, the
so
CDC report reviewed murders in 18 states over 18 years. It found black women are twice
what
as likely
is
to be
playing
murdered as women
now?
of other races. So we asked why.
What is playing?
He came in with intention
Why
to
is
kill
it?
me.
It was a cold October night.
But it all
It is okay. There we go. We're gonna go present. Boom. Boom. All right. So that was the story, as you guys could see. That was the story of Katrina Brownlee, and according to the New York Times, a man with a badge nearly killed her. So she got her own badge. She became a police officer. It says Katrina Brownlee was abused, shot, and left for dead. She was told she'd never walk again. She went on to have a 20-year career with the NYPD. Beautiful, beautiful sister. It's a very tragic story that happened. And as you guys can see, like I said, the Matrix is real, and this is too real for TV. So, teachers of my, we apologize for the interruption. My presentation is almost done. We are going to keep it moving. So, there we go.
Which women are most at risk? Danita, the CDC report reviewed murders in 18 states over 18 years. It found black women are twice as likely to be murdered as women of other races. So we asked why.
he came in with intention to kill me.
It was a cold October night
But it all backfired.
when Sonia Garth's ex-husband showed up at her door.
When he shot me, she jumped up to save her mother.
So Rufus Gray turned his gun on his stepdaughter.
And he shot her.
The bullet struck 12-year-old Davia dead.
And all I can hear in my mind is that he shot me, mommy.
It's very dangerous to leave an intimate partner violence relationship.
Victoria Grant is the Justice System Advocate for the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center.
That's the most dangerous time. Your risk of becoming murdered increases by 75%.
But this new CDC study found one group of women are more at risk. Reviewing data from more than a dozen states, including Ohio, it found black women are murdered at twice the rate of white, Hispanic, and Asian women.
We just don't trust systems because systems have never worked in our favor.
So black domestic violence victims are less likely to seek counseling or call police, increasing the risk they'll be killed by their intimate partner.
It's just not a simple matter of leaving. I have to have a plan in place that will allow me to leave safely without the risk of homicide.
When it happened to me, I didn't know about domestic violence agencies. I didn't know about shelters or people that you can talk to on the phone.
Sonia was abused for years before she kicked Gray to the curb. She had no idea leaving him could have lethal results.
We are forever destroyed. I can't pick the pieces up and say, okay, well, we're going to move on. We're going to do this. There's no pieces to pick up.
The CDC study confirms something else we uncovered in our year-long investigation. Guns were the most common way women were killed. Right now, there is no Ohio law to guarantee domestic abusers turn over their weapons, even when a judge orders them to do so. On your side, I'm investigator Sarah Madison, News 5.
So here's an article I'm going to read. An unspoken epidemic, homicide. The static coming back. Yo. Unspoken. Can y'all see my screen? There we go. An unspoken epidemic, homicide rate increases for black women rivals that of black men. 5 black women and girls were killed each day in 2020. Most of them were guns. Gender violence must be at the center of the gun debate, advocates say. The killing of black women. 5 findings from our investigation. In 2020, I got to register to keep reading. Let's see. I'll do it later. Here we go. In 2020, a year of rising homicides amid a devastating pandemic in the U.S. Increase. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see? There we go. An increase in the death rate for black women rivals that of black men. As homicides increased nearly 30% nationwide that year, the rate for black women and girls rose 33%, a sharper increase than for every demographic except for black men. and more than double that of white women, according to the Guardian analysis of homicide data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Killings of Black women and girls increased across all age groups, from school-age children to senior citizens. Gun violence drove the increase, with 3/4 of homicide victims who were Black women and girls dying from gunshot wounds. The increase only worsens an unspoken epidemic that has been unfolding over the years, advocates say. From the mainstream feminist movement to the news media to law enforcement to community violence prevention organizations, many institutions have stayed silent about the crisis of violence against Black women, who are expected to care for others, but often do not receive the same level of care they say. Black women and girls have the second highest homicide rate, increase from 2019 to 2020. Female homicide, according to this graph, 33% of males and 34% of females. 33% females and 34% males. That's about equal. Homicides per 100,000 in 2020. So now they are killing us at the same rate. If you remember from our first presentation, it was about the forced sterilization of Black women and my school to prison pipeline, the path to success. It was about the fastest growing population of incarceration were women. That demographic was the fastest growing incarceration rate. If you guys remember back to my path to success. The homicide rate among Black men in the U.S. has long captured national headlines, but despite decades of Black feminist scholarship and organizing on that topic, violence against Black women and girls continues to receive little attention, research says. The headlines are Black men and boys face astronomical homicide rates, or Black men and boys face an increase in homicides. That's deeply troubling. You might get a paragraph that says, and so are Black women and girls, said Kimberly Crenshaw, a Black feminist legal scholar whose work has highlighted violence against Black women. Often the data does not even get reported, right? According to Matt, it doesn't even get reported. The heightened vulnerability of Black women to violence should be seen and addressed as a crisis alongside the already recognized epidemic of Black male homicide, Crenshaw said. Community violence prevention typically focuses on Black men and boys who face the highest risk of being killed, and domestic violence advocacy is most often shaped by the experience of white women, researchers say. This creates a vacuum of solutions tailored to the unique ways that Black women and girls are vulnerable to violence. A national march against Black femicide is being planned for late August in Washington, D.C., where the homicide rate for Black women was among the highest in the nation in 2020. Rosa Page, an Arkansas-based nurse and founder of Black Femicide USA, is helping to organize the march. When I saw the rate increasing, Page said, I just had to do something. There were 1,821 Black women and girls killed in 2020. That's 5 women and girls a day. In a handful of states, including Kentucky and Ohio, as well as Washington, D.C., the number of killings doubled and even tripled. How much the increase in the homicide risk for Black women and girls was driven by domestic violence and other kinds of violence isn't completely clear. There are significant gaps in national law enforcement data about their murders. For nearly half of the killings of Black women and girls in 2020, the FBI supplementary homicide report lists the relationship between the victim and the person who killed her as unknown. Available data indicates that, like most American women, Black women are often killed by someone they know. Nearly a third of Black women and girls in 2020 were known to be killed by an intimate partner or a family member, according to law enforcement homicide data report to the FBI, and another 16% were killed by a friend, neighbor, or acquaintance. In a country where many neighborhoods and schools are racially segregated, many homicide victims are killed by someone of their same race, usually a man, according to the FBI National Homicide Statistics. Law enforcement is less likely to know Black women and girls' relationships to their killers. Here's some graphs right here. 20% were killed by intimate partner, 11% by family, 16% by family, by friend, neighbor, or acquaintance, 7% by stranger, 45% unknown. It couldn't be the police, could it? White female victims, 33% were killed by an intimate partner, 15% by a family member, 18% by a friend, neighbor, or acquaintance, 11% by a stranger, and 22% were unknown. Shootings that happen inside the homes or within families are often erased from the public database over gun violence, which frequently focuses on mass shootings and street violence advocacy. Focusing on gender violence as part of the gun violence is crucial, they say. If someone doesn't feel safe, they stay at home. But what if home is not a safe place? Where are they supposed to go? Who are you supposed to call on? Said Linda Brown, an activist with Des Moines Black Liberation Movement, who helped organize and march to murder Black women and girls in Iowa last spring. The coronavirus pandemic, which had a disproportionate impact on marginalized communities, exacerbated the situation. Economic and emotional stress of the pandemic is the obvious explanation for the increase in interpersonal violence, some advocates say. Across racial groups, gun violence rose more in the U.S. neighborhoods with higher levels of poverty, according to CDC research. Wealthy neighborhoods saw smaller increases in fatal shootings. Black women in many of the communities in which they live were deeply affected by the pandemic. Many people who were near the edge, I'm not going to keep saying that word, but they took a lot of them over. Economist Hall, the executive director of Northeast Ohio Black Health Coalition. People lost their loved ones, many lost their jobs. Think about the mental health impact that it has on the people who are already marginalized. Helping domestic violence survivors escape from an abusive partner can be challenging at any time, but doing that during the pandemic is a whole different thing. We need to make sure that people understand that what happened is a direct result of the responses that we didn't have to the emergency that existed. Hall said of the increase in homicide among Black women and girls. Already vulnerable families were also losing parents and grandparents to that thing. I'm not going to say it, but to the right there. Fracturing their support network, sociologist Nikki Jones said. I think that likely has had a really disruptive effect, particularly the young people who are close to the edge of using violence, particularly guns, said Jones, chair of the University of California, Berkeley's African American Studies Department. We haven't accounted for the disruption to the family and extended family network. Black women who were overrepresented among the frontline workers during the height of the pandemic have traditionally been the caretakers for their families and neighbors. That's right. They didn't have the luxury to work from home, said Stephen House, the city council member in Cleveland, Ohio. They had to get up every day to keep the economic system and the economic engine running in this country. LaShonia Thompson, executive director for Gun Violence Reduction Group, the DC, said Black women bear the brunt of a lot of the challenges that we face because in a lot of cases, men are incarcerated or they're struggling with gaining a living wage, employment, and completing their education. Women are living in neighborhoods where they just don't feel safe. So a lot of the responsibility falls on women. Because their roles as breadwinners and caretakers, Black women who are killed leave deep voids across the entire community. When you kill a Black woman, oftentimes you kill a cornerstone of the community because there are a lot of people tied to her, said Cheryl Neely, a Michigan-based sociologist, where Black women are most at risk. Even before 2020, there were dramatic differences in the homicide risk for Black women and girls across different United States. In northeastern states like New York and New Jersey, Black women homicide rate risk is lower than in the South. But it's an American Midwest. As well as in some of the southern states bordering the Midwest, that Black women face the highest risk of being murdered, not in the deep South. Black women who live in Wisconsin Shout out to Menkhu. And Michigan have a higher homicide rate than black women who live in Mississippi and Alabama. For white women, it's the opposite. Homicides of black women and girls doubled in Wisconsin and Ohio, rising from 21 to 42 in Wisconsin and 57, and from 57 to 110 in Ohio. Where black women and girls have the highest homicide rates. Right here, you can see the graph: Wisconsin, Missouri, Kentucky. For black women working to uplift other women, it's like another gut punch, said the news homicide statistics. That's never a relief. We don't get good days. At the same time, House says she worried that the shock value of the numbers showing the rising violence against black women would be received by many other people as part of the normal narrative of, yeah, that's what happens when these people are there. When those people, yeah, that's what happens to those people over there. There's a danger in just reporting the traumatic, House said. You numb people to the fact that it's not just statistics. These are real individuals with destroyed lives. In Kentucky, where Breonna Taylor's killing by white police officers in Louisville sparked national protests. Homicides of black women and girls statewide tripled in 2020, from 10 women and girls killed to 33. It's devastating, said Atef Rem, who in 2016 became the first black woman elected to the Kentucky State Legislature in 20 years. At least once a month, Scott said, she talks to young black women who want to flee Kentucky. They just don't see the opportunity for change. They don't see Kentucky as a safe place for them, a healthy place for them, she said, especially after the uprising of 2020. So many young black women were ready and to leave. They didn't feel like the people who are paid to protect and serve are protecting them. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to read any further. It's a long article, but you guys are going to keep it pushing.
When it comes to missing children, it turns out that social media audiences tend to play favorites based on race. USA Today looked at social media posts on the Facebook page of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And what they found is that over a 3-year period, people tend to be more engaged when the missing children are white, especially white girls. More interesting is that the site actually posted more about missing black children, but the engagement there, it just wasn't as high as when the missing child was white. In fact, a single post about a missing white girl was viewed on average of 63,000 times for a Caucasian child, compared to 38,000 views for posts about black girls who are missing. Anita's here now with one of those stories.
You know, and you hear that, and it's so frustrating, especially for black families that are looking for their loved ones. And it just goes to say, like, why is that? Why do people feel like this is more important than somebody else? And so frustrating, you know, Sylvia, when you talk to the detectives in Chicago, you can just hear the frustration in their voice. I mean, they face challenges trying to solve the current crime scenes, and there are many, and then let alone trying to find the killer or killers in these dozens of cold cases that are decades old. Take a look at this map. These are areas of our city where all of these unsolved cases remain. Now, Gerald Hamilton worked with some of these crime scenes on the city's south side, and he remembers many cases of strangled black women who were found dead inside abandoned buildings or vacant lots. Those victims still haunt him even today.
If I was doing something, this would be one of the perfect places to do it.
It takes a special kind of person to be a Chicago police detective. But for more than a decade, that is what Gerald Hamilton did while working for CPD. The 25-year veteran is retired now, but his quest to find out who is behind the mysterious murders of dozens of black women has never ended.
It's a very small subset of all the murders that we have in Chicago.
Since 1995, at least 51 women have been strangled to death. This is one of those crime scenes posted on social media by Chicago police. All of the unsolved cases involve women who were strangled to death, and most of them are African American. Most of them were found in abandoned buildings or vacant lots like this one, where the body of 21-year-old Teresa Bunn was found. Hamilton says she was strangled, stripped naked, and stuffed underneath a pile of garbage that had been set on fire. Even more tragic, Bunn was 8 months pregnant.
How could 51 women or, you know, a number of people come up missing or dead and this or that? And how come everybody doesn't know about that? I mean, that should be like, everybody knows about that, because as we've often said, I mean, some little girl gets, you know, mislaid on a hiking trail in Colorado or somewhere, and then it's national news and everybody's got 100 theories all the way to Alaska about what happened to it, and they follow that story, and we don't get highlighted.
Whoever is behind these attacks, Hamilton says, is familiar with the areas and able to escape unnoticed. The victims range in age, too. Some were teenagers, others middle-aged. Hamilton says killers know how this encounter is going to end when they lure the victims to their death.
It's one thing like, hey, you know, I've got an urge and I'll just run up and strangle somebody, kill somebody, and run away. That's not this. This is, you know, a person that's, you know, stalking these people, and some of the people willingly go in there. Obviously, they don't know they're going to be strangled and killed and stuff. You know, they may go in there under the guidelines of the person saying, hey, we're going to go up in here and party together or something. And that happens. His mindset is, you're going to be the 12th person that, you know, that I'm going to kill. I'm leaving out of this building, but you're not. He knows that going in. She doesn't.
And strangulation murders stand out among the other crimes because these crimes are very personal. And Hamilton suspects it gives the killer or killers a sadistic form of control by slowly choking the life out of the victim.
The power that they've got, they've become God in some sixth sense.
In a city like Chicago, where detectives are working nonstop, going from crime scene to crime scene, how do detectives now follow a predator's trail when it constantly goes cold over 27 years? Hamilton says in order to catch a criminal, you need to think like one.
No, you got to start thinking about, you know, where do I see the bear crap? You know, where does a bear need to sleep? You know, they have to sleep eventually.
Just leaves you with such an unsettled feeling. So I can only imagine how the families feel. What are police saying about this, Anita?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you asked that because we did reach out to the police department and they told us that these cases remain open investigations, but at this point they have no reason to believe that they're connected. Now that is the official word, but at least 3 homicide detectives that I have spoken to off the record, they disagree. They say that some of these cases are connected, but whether it's one person or several people doing the same thing to these victims, they don't know. But as Gerald Hamilton told us, you guys, is that these strangulation murder cases, they make up such a very small percentage. He estimates about 1% of all of the open cases. And he says if the department would just dedicate a team to solving some of these crimes, that we could possibly have some solution and closure for these families and justice, possibly.
And that's, of course, what the families want more than anything is closure and justice. We were talking in the commercial break about some of the reaction that you're starting to get from these stories. You want to talk about that?
We did the story at 6 o'clock this morning as well. And immediately I got a message from an African-American woman who said, thank you so much for doing this, because she said, I actually forgot about these cases. But the fact that you're staying on top of it really just highlights the need that this needs to be solved.
Right.
You know, bring your attention to it.
Death culture, death culture, death culture.
Everybody agreed that women were already supposed to have all of their rights and didn't have to consult with anybody about anything that pertains solely to them because they're the only life bearers on the planet.
You're on mute, brother.
I'm not. Am I on mute?
We can hear you now.
You can hear me? Yo, this lady is shut up. Black Girl Magic, abracadabra, and then they were gone. Poof.
The truth that you do know, you are responsible for telling it and sharing it with your people. My mantra is very simple. I seek the truth. I speak the truth. I stand on the truth, and I stay with the truth. The truth does not need any defense.
I follow a system that I live daily by, that my ancestors called Maat, which means to perceive, examine, inspect, and it also means truth, because your examination.
Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here.
You can decipher the truth from falsehood. So thus, the word Ma'at eventually ends up meaning the truth.
Abracadabra, Black Girl Magic, and then they were gone. Thank you for allowing me to present, allowing me to get cut off. Oh, man. Wow, that's the first time, brother. I don't know what happened. I don't know. The Matrix was taking over, but two out for my message, man. So you guys being patient with me and allowing me to share my message. I hope you guys got a lot from it. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Two out, brother. I don't know what happened. SCRIIIBE. What happened, brother? Is that do we count that good? Is that good? Shout out to Ahati Rem Qem Maat. Shout out to the great general, brother.
Yes, peace and love, great brother. Tua for that, for bringing forth what's necessary. It's good to bring forth that information, so people don't forget. So Tua for doing that. Maharu says heavy presentation. Wow. Tua to you, great brother.
Yeah, they're killing our sisters, brother. If once the sisters are gone, who's going to create? What are we going to bring forth? They're killing us. They're killing the men. They're killing the women. We're killing the men. We're killing the women. The effect is it's all over the place, man.
Yes, that's why I'm so proud to be a part of what we're building here, because we're bringing forth life. We're bringing forth the opposite of that, so people actually have something to place themselves in and study, and start to change their consciousness and their way of thinking when it comes to health and death culture, because it completely surrounds us. And we are, because of the great Saba Tehuti, Amenhotep Ra, and what he's brought forth through Ma'at, being able to examine. I love that you put that at the end of your presentations, to examine, which eventually leads to meaning the truth. And, we're all just, well, I won't include us here, but the majority of people are just walking around hypnotized, and this matrix is real. And, even when we're, taking each other out in that way, we're also taking ourselves out, through diet, through so many different means. So, Tua to you, great brother, for bringing that forth. Nefer Keperet says that was a great presentation to our great brother Atef. And also Tua, she sent the $4.99 super chat. So Tua to you.
Tua for the super chat. We graduated and we got struck at the same time.
Absolutely.
Tua to the beautiful sister.
Yeah,
Angela Gates says 100. Go ahead, brother. I don't even know what mic I'm talking into. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Stephen East does hand claps, says great presentation, but sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Jason Kirkland, great information. Angela Gates sends 100s and hearts and a fire emoji. So Tua Katasi sends powerful presentation, overwhelming truth. All right, so yes, if you appreciate this information, be sure to send in a super chat or send in a Cash App or PayPal. We got a couple while you were presenting. I think we only got in 2. So be sure to show your support, good brothers and sisters. So I'll show that right now. The great brother Stephen E sends 1572. He says Tua for the love, Nefer Senu. To our great brother Stephen E, for your consistency and appreciating the information and the beautiful energy that you bring forth consistently every single week.
Tua for that, good brother. Yeah, Tua. Great. The general says, great job, Atef. Keep confident. Tua, great Ahati Maat. for those beautiful words, brother. Thank you.
Okay, let me show the next one. Nito Campbell sends in $5 for support as he does oh so consistently. Out to the great brother for his discipline and consistency and continuing to support the TOM and the great job of Tehuti.
Shout out to you, Nito Campbell. Peace, brother. Super for your support.
All right. Let me refresh here. Okay, we got one more in. The great brother, the great moderator. Shout out to the moderator of the Teachings of Maat YouTube channel, Primordial Thought 9, who sends in $15 for Teachings of Maat.
Shout out to you, great brother. Looking forward to seeing you up here one day, brother. Teaching. Standing alongside us. Jason Kirkland says,
go ahead, brother.
He says, Jason Kirkland says, great information. I thought it said can't post comments, but that was, that's my computer, the Matrix, man. I think I made it, huh? I must have made it, Ahati.
Okay. Let me see. All right. Let's see next. Great brother, Jay Kirkland, sends in $572 for powerful teachings to Atef Hinu to you.
To our Jason Kirkland, peace and love, good brother.
Yes, so we did have a little pause in the stream there that YouTube stopped us, but Rumble kept going. Shout out to the brother Stephen E for putting that in the Discord. He said you can join the Rumble to continue the stream. So it eventually did come back on, but to you, great brother Stephen E, for being quick with that and bringing that forth, because that's one of the reasons why we do that, because YouTube will shut you down quick. So that just goes to show, go ahead and get your Rumble and be prepared to go over there at any time, because at any time we could definitely switch to that platform over there. So to you, Stephen E, for being vigilant on that. All right, so that is the support that we have got in. For all of those who are watching on the playback, if you appreciate this information, teachingsofmaat.org/donate, PayPal and Cash App, Teachings of Maat. And all you have to do is scan this code right here. Hold on, good brother Atef. So there we go. We have the code up. So all you have to do is scan this code, and it'll take you directly to our payment information. We have an in-person meetup. So if you want to be a part of that in-person meetup that we're having in LA, in Los Angeles, the city of the Lost Angels, be sure to support us. So shout out to everyone who consistently does that. We love and appreciate every single one of you for that. So, with that being said, once again, great brother Atef, very good presentation. Even through the hiccups, you still continue to keep moving. So leading with the left is that just shows what the outcome of leading with the left. So no matter what, you're gonna get to the end. And we are going to get to the end, no matter what. So Tua to you for your discipline and your consistency and bringing this forth. So shout out to you, great brother. Appreciate you. And
Tua,
yes,
good brother.
yes. Look.
Yeah, we have to protect the goddesses, brother. We have to get better as men, and we have to elevate, and we have to protect the goddesses and protect ourselves. We have to be in a position to protect ourselves, and we're not. We're actually not. As long as we're dependent on them, it's a shame what's going on out there. But the truth is out there, and we have a great teacher, a beautiful teacher. And we have the ability to rise like a fruit. So we definitely need to do that as people, as a community, because a chain is strong as its weakest link. So that's what we have to do. We have to come together and we have to protect ourselves and we have to protect our women, our sisters, our children. Because once the women are gone, abracadabra, it's over. No more. So we definitely have to do what we have to do to protect our family, and we have to get better. We have to get better as men, and the only way to do that is Ma'at. The only way is Ma'at. There's no other way. It's fed and there's Ma'at. So that's what we have to do. So Tua for all the great supporters and Tua for all the great support. And I just want to learn. I just came here to learn. So yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to rise like Ahati.
Did you say anything, great brother Menkhu?
No, I did not. Tua for the presentation, brother Atef. It's so true. It's an interesting thing. I was thinking about a couple things earlier before your presentation today. I was like, because I'm into culture a lot, and so I always take a peek at what's going on as far as the culture industry, and interesting things are happening. I feel like if you're not getting banned, you're not really talking about nothing. And I also feel like it's really interesting the female representation in hip hop right now. I'm gonna call out any names, but when I think about the female MCs and I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. But the majority of the female MCs that are in the forefront, they definitely are not representing Ma'at or anything that is uplifting for our people and the culture. And so I like the information that you shared. You're like a investigative journalist because you bring out information that most people don't know. I know statistics in Wisconsin for melanated people, but I did not know that information that you shared about Black women. So we definitely have to stand up and step up to protect our goddesses. And right now, for the most part, that is not happening. The sad state of affairs. So, Tua for bringing that truth. Shut us down for bringing forth that truth. And so, your information leading with the left. So, Tua for that.
You good, brother. Yeah, like I said in my the other presentation about the path to success, the fastest growing incarceration demographic is women. That's the fastest growing population. So there's something going on, and we need to wake up. Our people need to wake up. We absolutely need to wake up. My presentation, my last one was about forced sterilization on women and how they forced sterilization on women, Puerto Rican, quote unquote, Puerto Rican women. And by the way, and that's where they experimented on them and tested for the birth control pill. And now, fast forward so many years later, now the birth control pill. By the way, when they were experimenting on those women, the hormone was was 40% more. It was 40% higher than it is in prescription birth control now. And I say prescription because, as some of you may know, now the birth control pill is over the counter. I think FDA just approved the birth control pill for over the counter. So it's something going on, and we have to wake up. We absolutely have to wake up and protect our women and protect ourselves. And the only way to do that is Ma'at. So we have to be wise. We have to increase our awareness. So yeah, that's my culture. That's culture. You know, to be alive here is a lie here. Shout out to my brother Arnie SCRIIIBE. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I just try to tell a story, you know. Like Stephen E. said, it's sad, but it's true. It is sad, and it's like we're numb to what's going on. And we have the ability to protect ourselves. We have the ability to build a nation, but the only way to do that is we have to do it on a solid foundation. And the only solid foundation is Ma'at. This is why I started my presentation with the beautiful artifacts of the beautiful net of Ma'at, just to show that it's real. And the Matrix was jumping in. The Matrix was jumping on the computer. I don't know what was going on, man. But yeah, 2 out for those beautiful words, good brother. I'm visiting family, so there's a lot going on. I hope there wasn't too much noise in the background. I can't stay on too much longer. I gotta get ready to wrap it up. I don't know what you brothers wanted to do as far as how long we wanted to present and stay on, but yeah, I definitely wanted to bring forth, man, even on my vacation or time visiting family, I definitely wanted to represent, because people do what's important to them. And without our women, we have nothing. Without our family, it's over with. Abracadabra, Black Girl Magik, poof, and then they were gone.
Yeah, I think you touched on 2 things that's happening. One is definitely population control, because if you get a sister, that's like a 2-for-1, because she can't produce no more black men. And then social engineering is definitely very obvious. Take the women out of the position, you know, and then throws everything off, throws off the order of things. And so, man, some of these, I don't want to, point a finger judgment, but I don't know, like some of this music and some of these images, this drill, black women, it's kind of crazy to me, but that's the social engineering, so it is what it is.
Deaf culture, bro. Deaf culture. Deaf culture.
Definitely deaf culture.
Somebody come in. Somebody dropped in the chat. Shout out to Primordial Thought 9. Shout out to you, good brother. 2 out for holding us down.
Yeah, I was thinking about I think I might make a T-shirt out of that graph that you put up with Wisconsin being #1 for death to black women. That's gonna be a conversation starter.
Yeah, man. It's like, we gotta investigate, we gotta dig. And the information isn't really hard to find. You just gotta dig. You just have to dig, man. We gotta wake up. We have to stop accepting what people tell us and start digging and investigating on our own. So yeah, exactly. You gonna show the website, SCRIIIBE?
I showed it at the beginning, but teachingsofmaat.org. If you all, make sure you go there, teachingsofmaat.org. I do want to show this though, re-show this, that the Discord community meeting is this coming up Thursday on the 27th. So be sure you are there, 4 p.m. Pacific time, and build with us. We'll be giving out a lot of details for the in-person meetup coming October 28th. So make sure that you are in the Discord community meeting. Link is in the bio. So hit that link, everyone, and join us. It's coming up Thursday.
Wow, it's almost August.
Yeah.
It's almost August. Wow, Bill. Yeah, we can hear you. Where does the time go, man?
Okay, so if you brothers are good, we can go ahead and close out. If you don't have anything else you want to bring forth, or if so, but let me know, Atef, what you want to do.
We can close it out, brother. I gotta get ready to go, actually. So if you guys want to wrap it up, definitely close it out now. I appreciate everybody's support, and thank you for letting me share. Even like I said, visiting family, I still brought my laptop. And, I was trying to create something beautiful. Black Girl Magik. That's an excellent graphic that boy SCRIIIBE made. I like that SCRIIIBE. Yeah, that's beautiful. So yeah, we can close it out. Get new to all the beautiful naturals and naturals in the chat, and everybody that supports the truth, and everybody that understands what we're doing here, brick by brick, teachingsofmaat.org. Come join us. We can close it out. I'm gonna go spend some more time with my family and enjoy this trip.
All right, so peace and love, everyone. Hotep Ma'at. For all of you who are watching on the playback, be sure to support the Teachings of Ma'at organization. There's so many ways to do that. Just show your support, show your reciprocity, and all the time and energy that it takes to bring forth this information for you all. It's my turn to present next week. So it is on me next week. And once again, bring some fire information. May you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Melanated Mondays, which is going on tomorrow. For those who are watching live, Melanated Monday, email mysticaltelevision@gmail.com. It's at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Join the greatest melanated class that you have, and it's definitely the most affordable. I'll tell you that right now. So join that. You get just join in, and you all will be happy that you did. Tuah for everyone who gave us your attention, who gave the great brother Atef Rem Qem Maat your attention, because without that, this never even existed. So with that, peace and love, Hotep Ma'at, and may you all have a powerful and safe week. Peace and love.
Peace and love, Menkhu. You want to close out before I get the beautiful affirmation?
Tuah, for your presentation, your dedication. Thank you, brothers, for being in position. Tuah, to the chat, for joining us and building the community. And I look forward to seeing you all the rest of the week.
Tuah, for your patience with my presentation, Hotep Ma'at. Yeah, we're going to close it out. Everyone's going to have a beautiful, beautiful week. Join us Monday for our melanated class, Saba Tehuti. I'm a Hotep Ra, new to the best teacher on the planet. With that, we'll close out with our beautiful affirmation. From today's teachings, represent Ma'at. And nothing like that. Let Ma'at be your foundation. On the count of 3, Anki Ma'at, Un and S, Nintet or Set and Ma'at, Min Hempapet and Ma'at, Her in UQE, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Hotep Ma'at. Peace and love, everybody.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move. But my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads so shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of states effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis, laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.
But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.